Alright guys, here's the newest project, not my Jeep, but this John Deere 855D. This is a 2014. It's a diesel engine. It's got a tilt bed on it, like the hydraulic assist type deal. Snowplow, of course, a cab that's heated, rips in the seat, a transmission that's leaking, and some other cosmetic things, and the tires need to be replaced, but I just picked it up from the government auction, and we'll see if we can make some money on this thing. Hopefully so. I paid quite a bit of money for it, but looking at Tractor House and stuff like that, there are lots of money on Tractor House, so a lot more money than I even spent. So we'll see what we can do here, but first let's try to get this thing unloaded and then cleaned up, pressure washed, and we'll go from there. Getting it on here, getting it loaded was quite difficult just because the snowplow only goes up like 6 inches. So I'm thinking I'll back up in here where it's more slanted and give that a shot. Try to pull it over here so then we can pressure wash it on this little bay area that I've got. So without further ado, let's try to get this thing unloaded. For you guys' viewing pleasure, I'm actually gonna pressure wash it out here, that way you guys have a better view. So we'll get this set up right out here and we'll go from there. This is everything I know about it. I bought it from a local golf course, city-owned golf course. It's got 3,100 hours on it. It is a diesel, so I'm not really worried about that. For my research, the transmission's going to go out first, and it is leaking. But before I picked it up, I did kind of look at it, and it looks like it's just leaking from this output shaft here. So that's totally good. I'm okay with that because I can pop that out. I think I put a new seal in. This fender is of course broken. This is their olive color. I believe this is the olive color. So the fender is more expensive because it's more rare. This is the heat. There is no air conditioning in this one, but that's fine. Hey, look, a golf ball. Bonus. So yeah, on that side I said the latch was broken, and it's actually not the door handle or latch, it's actually this piece is broken, so we'll have to fix that. Everything up front seems to work fine. It's got some rust and stuff that'll blow off with the pressure washer anyways, but we'll not the rust but the paint, so we'll have to paint that up. Looks like it's missing a little reflector thing over there. The wiper does work. The rear glass is a piece of Velcro. It looks like this slider is broken, that retaining clip. Maybe I can 3D print that or buy a new one. We'll see. It's missing the, if there is supposed to be rubber on that gas pedal, it doesn't have one. I don't know. It's dirty. The seat's ripped. It's dirty on the inside. It's kind of funny because of course the fender's broken there, so it's got dirt and mud all up in here. But yeah, looks like it has another little portable heater thing up here. Looks like it might have a light up top actually, because there's some wires. But first things first, we'll get it cleaned up. I don't know what was up there. Kind of looks like there used to be a light, but yeah, we'll get it cleaned up and go from there. It looks like this fender replacement's going to be much more difficult because there's this cab on it. But either way, we get it cleaned up. Looks like that's destroyed. I'll have to fix that. I'm going to take that SMV sign off. Like I said, it needs new tires. The front are way worse than the back even, but they're both bad. So I don't know if I want to put that kind of money into it, but let's get it pressure washed. It'd be a lot more fun if my yard wasn't the size of a postage stamp. it stinks. I'll have to look into that 'cause I don't want it to be broken. Dude, I'm so excited for this project. I hope you guys are too. Let's get it. Whoa! The reason I went ahead and power washed it is so then I don't have to deal with as much dirt. So, of course, it'll need actual soap and everything later when we try to go to sell it. But yeah, I say we just go ahead and get started. There's some things that we already know we're gonna be replacing, like this fender. Maybe we can take that off. And then I'm gonna take this SMV sign off, take that hitch out, maybe work on those limit straps on the doors. This one's like totally snapped. My thought is, might probably use just a standard strap, cut it up. I use this one to paint the Capri. If you haven't seen that video, I'll put a card in the up top right hand corner here. Yeah, it turned out pretty good. But anyways, I use that to hold the spoiler. But yeah, I mean, I'm pretty happy so far. I mean, it's in rough shape, but it's got 3,100 hours on it. What do you expect, you know? So yeah, I don't know. Let's get started. Let's get started on some stuff that's gonna be a little bit easier, I think. So we'll just start taking off the stuff that we don't need and doing the repairs that won't take as much time. This is a aftermarket like defrost thing, runs off a cigarette lighter. I'm just gonna take it off. I want this to look good for the next guy. And if this was mine, which it is right now, I think it looks better without it, so we're gonna take it out. We got a free strap. We might use that to make our new limit strap for the door. You know, I talked about this Velcro piece here. It was originally the sliding back door, but if you look, you can actually see how imperfect this window is. That's been a replacement. So perhaps I can find a sheet of plexiglass at bare minimum. This is like safety glass, but plexiglass that I can fit within the original channel, take the whole thing out. Looks like this clip's broken too, so if we do happen to make another one of these, we'll need to, like another sliding window, we will need to make 2 of those or buy 2 of those, and we have a template over there. So this one's broken, so we can try to take that off. I don't know if these are rivets or little tiny screws. I thought they were little tiny screws. I guess they could be rivets, which would not be good for us. I don't know why a manufacturer would do that. I think they are rivets. That's annoying. Alright, guess we'll drill that out. We'll get this one off of the back glass as well. Ow. You can see the track here is bent in. So I think that should be just as simple as bending that back out, and then we can watch this clip actually do what it's supposed to do. It's just aluminum, so it shouldn't be very difficult. Just try a pair of needle nose. There we go. Alright, that's fixed. Now, there is another issue. That other side has a rubber bump stop type deal right here that stops the window in its track so it doesn't keep going. This, of course, has lost it. If I just have a piece of rubber, even a piece of rubber hose or something I can shove in there, I think that would solve that issue. I might have just the thing, actually. These here are properly labeled as rubber gaskets. I bought these for a spray drone truck that I built in order to help with a drone elevator that went from the lower deck to the top deck. It's like a universal set, but I'm thinking I can cut something like that straight in half. And of course I have like some other things like these. I think these came off of some radiators, I think. Like new radiators I bought. Yeah, I think this is gonna work well, actually. Cut this straight across here. Just a little piece of rubber. Let's give it a shot. It's a little thick. I'm gonna trim it down like an Italian chef. Hopefully I don't cut my finger. So right now it's a little bit oversized. Just what I want. Oh yeah, there we go. Whoa, that made it come up. It's missing one up there too. That's what's going on. Alright, well, let's make another one. So I think this might actually work. Unless I can just shove something in sideways. Pop that rivet out. Let's see if I can find my rivet gun. And my rivets. Where did my rivet gun go? Oh, there it is. I got some pretty large rivets. Oh, I got some smaller ones in here too. Okay, never mind. Oh yeah, I think this is gonna work great. How did I get that in there? Now I can't get it. There we go. Couldn't get that thing out of there. My plan is to rivet this piece of rubber in place because it's having trouble because the rivet was so worn down on the end. There we go. Nice black rivet. Oh yeah, baby. Oh, never mind. Spoke too soon. Just broke. Let's try again. The one up top is pretty much doing this job, but it's like tweaking every time it hits it, so if I could get this on, it'd be awesome. Alright, pretty quick fix. There's a rivet right there that would typically have the original rubber, and I just shoved the rubber up in there. Same thing down here. Had to drill out a rivet there, and then bent that out so it's pretty flat, and it should, if it seats right. Oh, should click in. There it goes. Just wasn't pushing hard enough. There we go. Seems to be working. Sweet. So that's what we have to reproduce for both the back and that driver's side. The wiring for these little pod lights are ran to this switch here. It's switch activated, so I'd have to have the ignition on. But it does work. But it is kind of ugly. I'm thinking we cut those off. Those white zip ties, put some black zip ties on. Maybe put some wire covers on. Make it look a little bit nicer than this. Alright. Got a milk crate full of this stuff. This plastic wire protector stuff. And I'm going to use some of it right now. Got to figure out how much we need. I'm not going to use this electrical tape. It's awful. The electrical tape from Harbor Freight, at least as of right now, and has been for this way for quite some time, is awful. It's like plastic. It doesn't stick at all. It doesn't last. I stand by this Scotch branded electrical tape. It works pretty well. I'm gonna strip that all the way up in there. I do want to check out what's on the roof, because if I could just remove it all, that would be lovely. Let's take a look. All right, so here it is. Looks like it's a mount for a twirly boy light. So let's see if we can take this off. If we have to patch the hole, we do, but I don't like the wires, I don't like this. So let's try to get this off. Oh, great. I'm so glad they use spray foam. This might be that expanding Gorilla Glue, super glue, and not, I don't think it'll ever all come off, but We'll get us, not as much as we can, but as much as I'm willing to get, whatever that ends up being. I feel like I'm working at the hibachi restaurant. There's no volcano here though. Not yet anyways. Well, now that that's off, we can try to get the wiring out. That's crazy. You know, earlier we just pulled that thing off the roof. These holes are from that. That was the only protrusion on there, which means that the super glue or spray foam or whatever it was that they used is the only thing that was keeping that thing on. Next, I think, let's get these brackets off because I don't know what they're for. But they're not for anything that I need because I don't have whatever it is. If you forgot, this is what I'm referencing. The welds are broken on here. So, gotta take it off and get it fixed. You know, I thought, no way it's gonna be a 13, either a 12 or 14. Nope, it's a 13. So, there it is. My dad's ATV did the same exact thing. A little bit different, but pretty much the same. It actually didn't break out the weld, broke the steel. So, get this thing put back together, put a tack on that, and go to town. It actually looks like, I don't know if you guys can see that. This is actually cracking here too, so. Let's get that welded up real quick. All right, easy enough. Perfect. Oh, you're joking. Oh, it fell all the way through. Evidence for God right there. He cares about the little things. And I know that because I'm only 5'6.5", and I'm little, and he cares about me. Dude, again, cares about me. I was wrong about that size again. It's actually 1/2 inch. Oh yeah. Actually, it needs to go. Oh, there it goes. Sweet. Dude. It's gotta be tighter though. Let's give that a shot one more time. That's perfect. I hope that makes you happy. This makes me happy. It's nice and welded. Not gonna fall off anymore. Check this out. Boom. Look at that seal. Perfect. The other side's a different story because the door is destroyed. It's my little doggy. His name's Leo. Leo, say hi. this steering wheel has these pretty big boogers on it. Looks like something was clamped to it at one point. I'm gonna try to cut those off real quick with my X-Acto knife or razor blade. Box knife. There we go. That's the answer. We do have to get this old strap off the door up here, this limit strap. The hinges are loose on that door, so let's try to get those tightened up. I do think we'll have to adjust this door afterwards. It's been hit up here somehow. Got all bent in, so that one's missing a bolt even down there. Let's see if it still closes. Oh yeah, it actually closes better. Man, what a wonder fixing things does. Now we do need a bolt down there. Go through my random goldfish bin of bolts here. See if we can find something. These doors are designed to be able to slide off, but something's causing this to not slide off. Like it should just slide up and out, but looks like it's hitting the rest of the cab. I mean, man alive, it's way more solid, but I knew that was going to cause an issue. The door latch is all jank on this side. This side's been hodgepodge together with some nuts and bolts. I'll show you what's happening. Here it is. So this whole mechanism here, when I push the button, should be pushing on that plastic thing, and it keeps twisting the wrong way because it's like in the locked position. It's like locked and unlocked. So now it should be working. It's working just fine. Guess maybe that's all it was. Maybe it was just moved to that locked position. Oh, see, now it's missing. The whole tumbler's moving. Let's just try to tighten that up. How about that? Now let's try to work on this part of this door here. See if we can get this bent in or moved or something. I'm gonna try to get some heat on it, which we'll be doing this to, I think, the entire cab. Pretty sure the heat will bring back some of the pigments. If you haven't heard my rant, you can do that on the 2009 Ford Escape video. I'll put that in the top right hand corner. You can go click on that. I talk all about restoring plastics and the proper chemicals and products in order to use. But nonetheless, I think on this one, I think the heat will work, so that's what we're gonna try. But in this instance, we're gonna try to fix the top of this door here. Oh yeah, so pliable. That was my nickname in gymnastics. So pliable. That's a joke. That was not in gymnastics. Well, not really. I'll let you guys wonder about that one. It's got so stretched, there's like extra material here. Just trying to get it in the right shape. That'd be a better step. I'm a little bit more pleased with how that's going right now. Let's get the other hammer. Get some more heat on it too. That's as good as that's gonna get. It's better. Now, let's try to redo this or bring these pigments out of this door here. I did see that this bumper was pretty loose. These bolts down here, these two, this one and this one. My father had a Polaris Ranger, like mid 2000s Polaris Ranger, and it actually we ended up taking those things out. But I've seen people use pins so you can flop the thing down. I think that's a great idea. I want to cut these bolts off. Those look stupid, too long. No, you're not going in there, buddy. Watch out. No. Good boy. All right, let's do this smear. I'm trying to be careful. I'm not trying to melt it. You know, it kind of smells like when you go to a swimming pool, like a one with a whole bunch of water slides, and you're standing on the water slide waiting to go down, and it's a really hot day. That's what it smells like. It's exactly what it smells like. I hope that makes sense. Man, this thing's looking pretty good. It's just a wee little blow torching. So far, this is all the junk that either came out of it. This tailgate is like either crooked or the box is bent. This pin over here on this side doesn't really latch. So I'll try to fix that later. Oh, about crushed the camera there. All right, that's it for today. I'm gonna try to recreate this plastic clip here on the 3D printer, at least try to get a model up. So before I go inside, I'm gonna take some measurements there and see if I can get that sorted. Other than that, we made great progress today, just doing some odds and ends type things. And I will tell you what, I think this thing looks a million times better after being blowtorched. So another win. It's the next day and we're back working on this thing. We're just gonna be doing some small things today, I think. I think one of the first things we're gonna do is try to make a new limit strap. It's not gonna be perfect because it's not gonna have these little eyelets, but I don't feel like buying a new strap, like rubber strap for this. So we're gonna use something I already have and go from there. All right, I bought these cheap mirrors on Amazon for golf carts, and I just put some self-tapping screws through that. It went actually into the metal brace, so it actually worked out pretty well. The original John Deere ones only come in a set. There are no used ones on the market for right now that I can see anyways. These were 20 bucks. The John Deere ones are $180 for the set. So I think they look okay. Nothing crazy. I like the positioning of them better as well. So we'll take this one off and get the other one installed, plug the holes, and hopefully sell this one. I mean, for 180 bucks, I might be able to sell that one for that one for 40 bucks, you know, so might be able to make a little bit more money by just putting on these, but we'll get these holes filled. I made that one, but we'll get these holes filled somehow, maybe some black silicone or something like that. There's some other cracks and stuff I got to fill too yet. I have a plastic welder, so I might try to plastic weld some stuff up there, and then there's like a hole up there from the Whirly Boy light. Just spray painted a whole bunch of stuff, just some rusty stuff and stuff I think would look better. I think that definitely looks better there. There's some rust there, both sides on this, and under the bed there's some rust. So I think what we're gonna do now is get the floorboards vacuumed. There's some rust down there. I'm gonna spray some like truck bed liner on it, and then I want to do some patchwork on this bed liner because it's a little bit jank. This latch on this side is quite far spaced out in comparison to this one. So what I'm gonna try to do is take a ratchet strap and strap it from side to side and see if I can get it to come together a little bit. I'm just gonna leave it tensioned up for a bit, go eat supper and come back, release it. Hopefully it's a little bit better. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get these 3D printed clips installed. I'm gonna use the one factory one on the driver's side just because I think it will last longer than the ones I've printed. So I'll rivet that one back on that side. But on this side here, we'll just rivet these on. They came out pretty good. And I hope you guys liked the time lapse of it all. And of course I needed one for the rear glass here as well. So it looks like I gotta remove those rivets still. All right, let's give this a test, this 3D printed clip here. Oh yeah, that worked. Sweet. Sweet. I'm gonna put some lube in there. Use some silicone lubricant. Put this in the track here. That's one of my better 3D prints I've ever made. Works great. Awesome. Cool. Okay, I did receive this in the mail. $200 more for this color, but this is the fender. So let's see if we can get this thing installed, I suppose. I've never installed one of these or replaced one of these. So we're just gonna try. You'll be learning with me here. This door won't come off, so that's gonna make it a little bit more challenging. Oh, looks like we need a pin on that side. I guess that's what we're gonna do first. This little vent thing down here on the windshield is missing a pin. So let's see if we can get a bolt in there or something. I have this metal collet type of thing. I'm gonna try to cut this down and use this. I don't even know what it's for, so that's the best thing to use it for. Easy fix. All right, I think I have everything disconnected now. There was a big bolt down here. It obviously didn't remove it correctly, but it was much easier than trying to find all the bolts. Found them all after I broke it all off. So I do have to cut a big hole in the fender for the roll cage. So hopefully I get that right. I have this piece left over, and I'm gonna try to use this as a template to cut this one out. The other idea I had was to use a hole saw from below after it's in place. Maybe that's the best way to do that. Oh, never mind. There's a hole in it, so that's nice. That's funny. Okay, nice. Is there anything? Nah, okay. I guess let's just try to get this thing on. Gotta finagle this thing in here somehow. I don't know if this, okay, this piece does come off. Maybe that's what we do. Just go ahead and remove this bar here. Do that. Maybe not. Let's see if we can get it in there first. I think the biggest issue is actually not going to be that outside bar. It's going to be this, because we got to be able to lift it up high enough, get that pipe under. So unless we cut that, which we could do. Let's try to remove some bolts down here, that way we can jack it up. Alright, here's the plan now. I'm gonna cut this out. That way I don't have to lift it up much. It can slide across the plastic, hopefully. I don't know. There's better ways to do it, but it'd take much longer. It's already looking better. I think we can spray some lube on it. Okay, not what I was intending, but that worked. Whew! All right, it's in place, I think. Now we just gotta bolt on all the accessories and of course, bolt it on and then fix all the stuff we cut off. So, let's keep working. The new fender is installed. Looks pretty good. That's where I cut it, down in there. You can't tell, but it's got that grease all over it, WD-40. We put a new pin in over there, made a new pin for that. It seems to all work pretty good. Headlights on. This is connected again, this bar. I had to put some new bolts in that and that now. Now that I moved that, this thing squeaks and I don't really care too much to fix it, so that's that. So I went ahead and connected the door straps and that one over there that we made. It's come together, so I'm pretty excited here. Oh, I also put that mud flap on. There were some screws I put on off camera as well, but yeah, let's keep working. I went ahead and salvaged the sticker from the other fenders in two pieces. I put a piece of clear vinyl wrap on it. It's not perfect, but it sure beats paying $9 plus shipping for a new sticker. So we'll get this thing installed right here on this fender. I think it'll look pretty good. Just kind of looking at the other side. I'm gonna eyeball it. There we go. Not perfect, but good enough. Next thing I want to do is work on the back glass. Like I said earlier in the video, this section here is Velcroed on, just a piece of polyacrylic or polycarbonate, I guess. And this is the same. This one's just tinted, and you can actually see they've cut it out. It doesn't look too bad. In fact, I didn't even notice it until I got home. My plan is to remove both of those because originally that center one had was a sliding door window, and this other one, I think I could just cut another piece that's clear to match, and put it in the channel, in the track of the original window. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. Okay, we're gonna see if we can do some things to this. I don't know if we'll make it any better or worse, but we'll try. All right. If you guys haven't used this stuff before, it's basically just goop, and you just stick it in the holes there. I've never done anything this big, and I'm sure it'll take a long time to dry, but I think it's worth a shot. We don't have much to lose. It can't let it look much better. I mean, much worse, sorry. Oh boy, this stuff stinks. These are texture pads. So basically, match it up with the texture, which is what this is. You press it down ideally before it all dries. That's the idea. But lots of times, it just makes a mess. It needs to be like the right consistency. If you've ever done like stamped concrete or something like that, it has to be similar to that. Not that consistency, but that idea. Oh, that's green. Good thing I'm colorblind. That looks black to me. What is this one? Brown? Yep, sure enough. I think I have any more. I don't have any more black, so I'm gonna have to buy some more in order to finish this project up here. But I think that looks better. I'm gonna try to rub some of this off before it all dries. The overages, that is. Yeah, that looks much better. I'll buy some more and I'll finish this off camera. There's a great big hole here. I might put some filler stuff in there first and then finish it off with that, but I think that looks much better. I hope you guys do too. I tried to clean this orange stain as best as I could. That's what's left, and I'm gonna paint it now. There we go. Try to blend it in a little bit. Yeah, that doesn't look bad at all. It's wet right now, so it's gonna look even worse right now than when it's done. Wow. That to flash on there. There's a big white mark here that I can't get off. And why not? Turned out pretty good on the seat. Better than white. By the time we clean it up and shine it up, I think this will blend in pretty good. And if not, I don't care. It looks better than everything else. It's like shiny. I dig it. This little kit here came with some really strange stuff that I have not ever used before, but we'll get it figured out. All right, now we just wait for that to dry. All right, guys, I do have some news for you, some progress that's been made on the Gator here. First things first, the wheels are off of it right now because I bought some new tires from China. They're Ling Long special, but they are going to be mounted onto onto the stock wheels. So that's happening right now, and actually they are finished. It is the evening currently. They are finished. I'm picking them up in the morning. We'll get those mounted. They are a 26 diameter tire rather than 25, so it will sit up a little bit higher. And of course they're not bald, so I'm expecting probably like a 3/4 inch lift on this thing. And it should have a little bit higher top speed, so that's good. Now when we left off, I was working on the back window. I finished the back window, but I did have a little bit of an accident. I was cutting a piece of plexiglass on the table saw, and I will spare you guys that footage because it is quite gruesome. And I cut through my finger, partial amputation of the bone, and 9 stitches later, loss of the fingernail. I think I'm going to be okay, but it's going to be a 5 or 6 month recovery process before we fully know anything. But for now, I'm just going to get this thing installed. I do want to show you guys what we did for this back window. So this is a 1/4 inch sheet of plexiglass. I ended up making this center panel. It's thinner so then it can fit in the groove, and I just caulked it in. So you can't slide it back and forth anymore, which I'm okay with. You can see that this is a different color than this. I already went ahead and purchased some spray tint that is typically used on lenses. I've done that before. I've never used it on plexiglass, but we're going to try to spray it on the plexiglass on the inside so it doesn't wear off or anything, which I guess it is waterproof, so maybe we could put it on the outside. I don't know, we'll see, but either way, we're going to try to get it dialed in so it's pretty good, because I don't know if this is 15 or 30%, somewhere in there, probably 10 to 25%, but either way, I don't want to deal with the film because I think that would be easier to mess up than spraying it. So nonetheless, we'll get this thing mounted up in there and go from there, and then later on go ahead and spray it. I got to clean this stuff up too, but that overage is on the caulk there. That makes it a little bit cleaner. But let's get this thing put back in. I'm pretty satisfied with that. I think that looks way better than the Velcro nastiness that was on there. It's all up in the channels. This is the only one that doesn't look absolutely perfect, but I think it will look even better once it's cleaned off of all this sawdust from my wood shop and tinted to match that one a little bit better. But man alive, is this thing coming together. I think really all we got left is to get wheels on this, get it off jack stands, and then detail it. I'm going to try to buff it, try to get a little bit shinier, do some touch-up paint on some things, but man, is it looking good. And look how well this seat came out. It's not perfect, and I'm not perfect at whatever that stuff was, but man, is it better. It's not white. You know, you can't see the fabric backing of the pleather, and you can't see the foam. So man, does that look good. This is where we did that touch-up on the paint. The orange paint that was there, it looks perfect. I mean, you can't tell where that was. Same thing over here, looks fantastic. This switch here on this Gator went bad just the other day when I was taking the wheels off. My father was helping me because, of course, my hand's all jacked up. But yeah, that thing went bad, so I took that switch apart and fixed it. All I did was clean the contacts in that. If you want to see a video on that, just put it down in the comments below, and I'll do a full deep dive on how to fix and clean switches. Works the majority of the time, especially if they're well-made switches. But anyways, I'm very excited for this, guys, and we're wrapping things up here, so doing good. So we'll get the wheels on, and then we'll get this thing pressure washed again and cleaned up. Yeah, it's coming out real good. Here are the new tires. Same wheels, new tires. They look pretty good. It has gone up. Like I said, I was thinking 3/4 inch, but I think it's gone up more than that, maybe 1.5 inches. There's just so much more tread on these suckers, and of course these are 26s instead of 25s. So, but I think the next step now is to give it a really good wash, then try to buff the thing. and then do some touch-up paint, clean it up, get it listed for sale. I think we're just about done. We gotta tint that back glass still, but otherwise, it's looking good. Time to get this thing cleaned up. Okay, I'll preface you guys on this product. This is Rust-Oleum Lens Tint. They actually have two products. I think Duplicolor has one as well. But there's one that's a rubber product, and it's meant for like temporary use. This is designed for lenses. I've never used it on plexiglass, but it's plastic, so I'm thinking it should work. And hopefully we can get the desired tint here, but if not, whatever. This is not the non-rubber kind, so it's supposed to be more of a permanent solution. I can already tell this is going to be a bad idea. It's going to make it foggy, and I don't want that. I'd rather it be clear. So we'll go ahead and remove this. Well, we'll clean the window some more, and then do some armor roll. You know, we added an extra 5 minutes worth of work here, but if you never try, you never learn. So now I know that plexiglass, bad idea, but unless you wanted like an opaque finish, then it'd be great, a tinted opaque finish. But we'll get this cleaned up and we'll keep moving along. This thing turned out pretty well. I appreciate you guys watching through to the end. And if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe. I post a lot of content just like this. So if you like this, if you like fixing stuff and making stuff too and joining me along the way, just click subscribe. And if you like this video, go ahead and click like. If you have any comments or suggestions, put it down there and I'll get back with you. Thanks. God bless.